One of the most rewarding things about being a teacher is your students and seeing what God does through them after they leave the school you're teaching at. I had the opportunity to go from Kenya up to Ethiopia and to visit a former student. He's a pastor from a very large church in a town about 3 hours south of Addis. And I spent the weekend with him, just shadowing this guy as he moved around town and just seeing how he had such an impact in his community. You know, he's not only an effective pastor in the church, I mean, there are over 1,000 people in his church, but he's also recently been asked by his denomination to start a Bible college to train pastors for his denomination in that part of Ethiopia. So when I saw that, I just realized, you know, Tashali's doing a whole lot more than I could ever do. I guess what got me excited is realizing that my wife and I had a small part in helping train Tashali so that now for the rest of his life, you know, he can be effectively serving God in his country of Ethiopia. Riding around his town of Wasilo, I think it's called, just seeing how he interacted with people. He stopped his van to help an old lady that was in a rainstorm, and he said, "Oh, this lady's from our church." He goes around the van, opens the door for her. Almost, we had to lift her into the van. And then we drove right to her house. He knew exactly where she lived in this rainstorm. He gets out of the van, goes around, opens the door, lifts her out, walks her to the door of her house. And I remember sitting in the van watching this, and I thought, I feel like I'm riding with Jesus in this van, because what Tashali is doing there is, I think, exactly how Jesus would be living in that town in Ethiopia. I mean, we go to teach, obviously, but as many missionaries will say, we learn more, I think, from the nationals than we ever really teach them.